This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
On to North Africa now. Tunisia has reported a 14% rise in grain collected over the first 7 months of 2021. According to data from the country's grain office, Tunisia harvested over 810,000 tons of grain, buoyed by increased output. From Tunis, CGTN's Alan Chouachi has the details.
The quantities of grain collected represent 49% of production, estimated at 16.4 million quintals, and 70% for durum wheat. The Ministry of Agriculture announced that no quantities were damaged during the collection, despite the significant output, and specified that the distribution process started in the first week of June.
The collection of this year's harvest is going smoothly. No quantities were damaged during the collection and storage in the grain office silos and the distribution to the mills. We've managed to collect and preserve outdoor grain piles until the final collection. Now there are no grain quantities in the open air.
The CEO of the National Grain Office noted that the authorities have prepared the strategic reserves of flour and semolina.
The strategic reserves of grain in Tunisia covers the consumption. The distribution is happening normally nationwide. There are 24 public mills which provide the much-needed quantities of flour to the population. The semolina and pasta are available until January 2022.
According to the National Institute of Statistics, Tunisia imports more than 60% of its wheat to meet the country's demand. In 2019, the Customs Services seized tons of imported grain, which the health department experts described as carcinogenic. President Kais Saied has warned that the state will no longer tolerate the import of grains which are not fit for human consumption.
There's no room to waste a single grain of wheat or barley. There's also no room for what happened in the previous years, like the import of carcinogenic wheat. There have been many instances and irregularities concerning imported wheat which have occurred and could have caused cancer for Tunisian consumers. This will not happen again.
The National Grain Office revealed that Tunisia's grain harvest fell 35% in 2020 due to a long dry spell. The North African state has been boosting production to achieve self-sufficiency. According to the Agriculture Department, rainfall deficit and scarcity of water resources in Tunisia could have a negative impact on crop harvest in the next season. Local farmers urged the authorities to preserve the grain harvest this summer. Adnan Shawishi, CGTN, Tunis.